And like one thing I really want to touch on is like people talk about how people have like mommy issues and daddy issues. And I was reading somewhere how that like puts the blame on like the kid. Like I have an issue with the mom or I have an issue with my dad, right? Instead of putting the onus and the blame and the accountability rather on the parent. And so like you don't have a mommy and daddy issue, your parent has a parenting issue.
Message.
All right, I'm back, everyone. Oh my goodness. It's paperback times. I'm back with another book review. Tonight we are reviewing, I just finished this last night, Half Court Shot by Kimani Mae. And it's 277 pages. That's on the Kindle version. I'm pretty sure it's around the same size for a paperback. Okay, I think this is a part of a series and it's not listed as a part of a series on Amazon or anything like that. But the second book that's coming, the other book that she has coming out on July 21st is also, it has the character named Brittany, and Brittany's in this book. And then in the description of that book of Home Court Advantage, Brittany is said to have been traded or was like a free agent. So I'm pretty sure the Brittany that's in the other book is the Brittany that's in the Home Court Advantage, which is coming out July 21st, is the same Brittany who is a teammate of Danny in this one. So I'm going to go on a limb and say this is a series. And if so, we're gonna run with that. The name of the series is called the Off the Court series, and this would be book 1. Okay, like I said, book 2 is dropping on July 21st, and I'll put a picture here. I really like the artwork for the cover. I think it's gorgeous.
Dear God, it's beautiful.
I judge books by the cover. I can't help it. What do you want me to do? I like pretty things, and when I see pretty things, it makes me want to read them. I don't know what you want me to do. I I, I can't. I'm trying. You know. It follows Daniela da Costa, who goes by Danny, and Peridot West Reese, who goes by Peridot West Reese, who goes by Perry. Okay. And they are high school flings. Not really like a fling. They had a thing for each other. And at the end of the season, there's like this little party. They have like some, some stuff go down. And then Perry just like dips. And like not only dips, but like dips and moves states. Danny is internalizing that. And now we have, we've graduated from college. We have gotten older. And so Danny is, fuck boy, a fuck girl, whatever you want to call him. The book kind of starts off with Danny being kicked out of her partner's house or her partner's house at the time for cheating. And from the backstory is that her partner had a third, and the third wanted more, and it just gets messy. I digress. So Danny gets traded to the not the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's a different team. The New Jersey Jaguars, where Perry's dad, Corey, is the one of the like owners of the team, I believe. And so Perry works under him, and they are recruiting Danny to do 2 things. Like Danny's in need to fix her, her Playboy image. So she's been in the league for a minute, and she's bouncing from team to team and bouncing from girl to girl. If you get what I'm saying? And she needs to like lock it down, right? So people take her more seriously. And so like it's beneficial for her, and it's also beneficial for that team as well, because Danny's a great player, and they are trying to make a playoff run because they need people in them seats, butts in seats, right? So they're not getting butts in seats, they're not selling tickets, and the team could be sold. And so like, that's what we're up against. And so Danny gets there, and she's like, "Oh, Perry." She doesn't like realize, because she knows Perry is Peridot, right? And so she doesn't realize that Perry is Perry, right? And so they get there, they lock eyes, and Perry knows Daniela's coming. So she's like prepared for it, but she ain't really prepared for it, right? And then another person who works there, Val, I believe is the PR person, they go out to eat, and with Danny and Perry, and Val is picking up on this tension here. She's locked and loaded. And then she comes up with the grand idea to have them fake date. So now like, you're fake dating the girl you have feelings for and had a fling with back in high school. I like it. I like the concept because typically, like fake dating is like like a lot. I've read a few fake dating books, and they're typically like strangers who fake date or like someone is like in need of someone, and so they put an ad in Craigslist or like some wild thing like that, and they need like a fake date for a holiday or a fake date to impress someone's parents or a fake date for a wedding. They're not fake dating someone they used to like, have feelings for. Okay. And so Danny's really trying to clean up her image. She's celibate. She's trying to like really like focus. And so to give you some background on Perry, right? So Perry has a mom named August. And let August tell you how her and her daddy met, because like that's like her favorite story. So August gets randomly called at a game to shoot a half court shot. Makes the half court shot. I think she wins like 10K off of that, and then meets Perry's dad, and gets conceived that night. And that's just like information that her mama shares. She's like really woo woo, you know what I'm saying? She's like, your throat chakra is all messed up, and I can feel your energy and your aura is off. And so, like, that's the kind of mom that Perry's been dealt with. And like, so she ends up staying with her dad. And so, like, her dad is raising her because like Danny was being left, not Danny, Perry was even being left alone home a lot. August was, trying to live her life. So Danny gets on the team. She's practicing with people. She runs into Brittany, and Brittany and her played in high school. And there's just like a lot of tension. The team feels, it's like a collective feeling that the team feels that Danny's just using them to like, there's like a stop in her, like they're not really taking her seriously, and so she's having to like prove herself to her team, prove herself to the management team, prove herself to herself too, honestly. And then so yeah, they're fake dating, and they're trying to like make it kind of like not put it out there, but put it out there, if that makes sense. So they're trying to be like discreet about it, but like let people get them, they're like holding hands, being close, having people catch them at certain times. They're not being like overt with it, but they do want that kind of attention. That way people can see that Danny is trying to take things more seriously, like by having like a serious girlfriend. But it's taking people a while to get to that point because they're thinking that she's just using Perry as like a means to an end, which technically she is, but she cares about Perry, right? Yeah, they're trying to like get that relationship to where it seems more believable. They live in the same apartment complex, so they're leaving together and going to people's apartments, and they're getting like, you can feel the tension between them. And then after the first game, they win, and it's on and popping after that. And what I really enjoyed about this book is it didn't have like a third act breakup. They just kind of like got through it. Perry's Perry's mom showed back up, and like one thing I really want to touch on is that people talk about how people have like mommy issues and daddy issues, and I was reading somewhere how that like puts the blame on like the kid. Like, I have an issue with the mom, or I have an issue with my dad, right? Instead of putting the onus and the blame and the accountability rather on the parent. And so like, you don't have a mommy and daddy issue, your parent has a parenting issue.
Message.
You feel me? Like, that grown ass man and woman have a parenting issue. It ain't got nothing to do with you, it has something to do with them. And so like that really like brought it in perspective for me. And you don't really hear about a lot of deadbeat moms, which they exist, and people are dealing with these things every single day. And so I think that was a really interesting perspective. And Perry's like struggling with this, right? And so that becomes apparent when August just pops back up, and tries to like reintegrate herself into Perry's life like nothing ever happened. And that really be the that really be the issue, is you did the hurt, right? And you leave, and you just pop up like nothing ever happened. And another little saying that reminds me of is, the reason why they're able to do that is because it was a Tuesday for them, but it was trauma for you.
Message.
Right? Like you can't let that go as the child because it was traumatic for you. But they can let that go because it was just like a regular day for them. Like they don't see it, they don't feel the trauma. They just like it was just a day. But yeah, I really enjoyed the book. I gave it a 4 stars. I want to make sure I hit all my points. Yeah, that's really all my points. I think it was a really great read. I don't think I have any notes for it. I gave it a 4. Spicy peppers. The scenes, like I said, they happen towards the end of the book because it's a slow burn and Danny is celibate, so there's a lot of like kissing and heavy petting and all that kind of stuff, but nothing really ever really like goes that far. And so I do think that like the book does a really good job of forming that, like seeing where their friendship is and building that friendship and building that connection, and it makes it more believable. But I'm really excited for any more books that she has to write. Whatever story she has to offer, I'm definitely going to check more books out. But yeah, definitely check this book out. I really enjoyed it. It's a quick read. I finished it in 2 days because I be reading. But yeah, that's all I got for you. Peace.